Knowing that this movie was filmed in the mountains and in really cold temperatures, that's pretty impressive. So The Mountain Between Us is about these two people that need to make it to Denver for two different reasons. This neurosurgeon that needs to go perform surgery, played by Idris Elba, and then this girl needs to make it to Denver for her wedding, which is played by Kate Winslet. However, there's a little bit of a problem. All the flights are canceled because there's this storm coming in. However, Kate Winslet has some connections and is able to get this small plane to take them to Denver. However, they didn't quite make it there. Unfortunately, they get caught in the storm and don't quite make it to Denver. So they gotta try and figure out what the heck they're gonna do because they crashed on top of this mountain and no one knows where they are at. One of the few problems I had with Wind River is that you couldn't see the people's breath, and it just kind of looked odd to me because they made it look absolutely freezing at where they were at. However, this movie was shot on site and you can see their breath, so I definitely appreciated that. And because they did this, it made for some really beautiful looking shots because everything just looks so realistic because it was real. And it definitely shows on camera. I mean, look at these mountains. I found the plot and the idea of this movie to be pretty interesting, and there were some scenes that had some pretty good tension. Unfortunately, it wasn't all of them. And that's because the movie just felt too predictable at times. In fact, its big reveals were either just too predictable or just weren't delivered in the greatest way. The performances in this movie were actually pretty good, especially since they had to go through those weather conditions. However, I found Idris Elba's character to be a lot more likable than Kate Winslet's, and that's because Kate Winslet just felt like a damsel in distress throughout the entire movie, and Idris Elba just had to save her one too many times. Sometimes this movie feels a little too convenient at times because they just happen to come across something that they needed. For instance, food. They never really seem hungry, and you'd think in their situation they would be pretty hungry. However, they always got something. This movie isn't just a survival movie, it also becomes a romance movie. And I gotta say, it's very poorly developed. Like, it goes from 0 to 100 very quickly, and it doesn't seem realistic or even understandable. Something else I didn't really care for was the editing, because sometimes it just felt like there was a scene missing towards the beginning. And then some of the transitions weren't really all that great. So I'm gonna give The Mountain Between Us a 5 out of 9, and would be worth seeing at matinee ticket price. I walked out of the movie with some mixed feelings. I can see how people wouldn't really care for this film, and I can also see how some people could really enjoy this film. And in fact, 2 people in the auditorium after the movie was over was saying how good the film was. So thank you all very much for watching this, and if you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. And remember, no movie is a perfect 10 out of 10. God bless you all.